Just ahead on Crossroads, see what popular Grant County locations keep the tourists coming each summer.
We'll hear from Lisa Dominissi with the Family Service Society about an upcoming awareness month.
The YMCA has some new equipment. I get a high-tech fitness lesson.
And see how some IWU students are using paintbrushes to spice up a popular sweetser cafe. It's all just ahead on Crossroads. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Shaylee Clark.
And we are so glad to be talking about spring finally getting. I actually saw some buds today. Did you see that on campus?
I noticed how green the grass was.
Yeah, the grass is actually.
That was a good thing.
The grass will need to be mowed, and I saw a few little buds on the trees. And whenever you're seeing this, you may be seeing a few more. Maybe, wonderful. And I'm starting to think summer. I'm starting to think travel, and there's a lot of things to do.
Vacation. I've already
Not
been
there
planning
yet.
Vacation. Well, I'm a planner. So I have to, get all my details figured out. But yes, traveling. Lots. Oh, that's the best part about summer.
Do you ever think about people coming where we live? Because actually, maybe Grant County is not the first place people think about vacation, but there are a lot of attractions here, and we draw people for various reasons.
It's true. I mean, you have those counties in Indiana, Brown County or down south, with the caves and stuff that people usually think of. But even my 3 years being here in Grant County, there are a lot of things.
Yeah, routine things like Ivanhoe's, and we've been there and got to see the Garfields. But I think the festivals are a big deal, and a lot of those kind of happen a little bit later in the summer. We get to a lot of those, and there's so many of them, and it's easy to find chances to get out and explore. And a lot of times when you're a local resident, you don't realize the fun that is all around you. And we all suffer from that. We're not aware of those hidden gems and the stops that people drive miles and miles to visit. As Stephanie McCracken found out, that's where the Grant County Visitors Bureau comes in.
Ivanhoe's gets pretty busy with the lunch crowd, even if the customers are still choosing ice cream for their meal. It's the hot spots like Ivanhoe's that keep drawing visitors into Grant County. Mark Sullivan is the board president of the Grant County Convention and Visitors Bureau and knows firsthand just how popular this local spot is.
I think it's that long list of ice cream. And having lived right down the road until a few years ago, I know my wife and I used to just pick a number out of our head and then came and got it. We didn't even know what we were buying, but it's interesting in my travels when you talk about Upland, they know one of two things. They either know Ivanhoe's or they know Taylor University.
It's just one place in a county full of unique attractions. There's food, like Payne's Custard in Gas City and Brooks Pizza in Marion, and there's the more iconic features, like the Garfield statues representing Grant County native Jim Davis and the James Dean Memorials in Fairmount. Through the heart of the area is the Cardinal Greenway, an old railway turned bike path that runs 9 miles through the county and joins 3 miles of Sweetser Switch Trail.
Cardinal Greenway is another one that people, as they're traveling and putting their bicycle on the back of the car, they look for those little things as a reason why they pick an area. They know that they can get up in the morning or that evening before they hit the hotel and ride the trails.
But what draws the biggest crowds to the area is the festivals. There's Hog Days celebrating the iconic Harley-Davidson history. Mississinawa 1812s takes visitors back in time with battle reenactments. And the Ducktail Run, the largest draw for visitors, attracting classic car lovers from all over. Each event has its own place in the larger Grant County story, a different draw for visitors and a new way to showcase the rich history in our community. And from the big attractions to the local favorites, there's a reason to visit and stay in Grant County. For Crossroads, I'm Stephanie McCracken.
Randall, as someone who's lived not in Grant County, but a couple counties, Jay County and now Madison County, a lot of my friends in those towns have come to these events in Grant County and some of the different things this county has to offer.
It's a lot of fun, and we kind of say at the end of the show, often this time of year, we can't wait to get our cameras out there, and we kind of shift into the summer mode for the show where we're on location a lot. You've been around several summers. It's fun.
It is. I mean, just because it's such a tradition here, and people look forward to, you know, all the car shows and James Dean Festival and all that stuff that comes on. It's fun to be in that atmosphere.
Yeah, and we really, really do like seeing this area when it's green and somewhat warm, and that's all coming too. Well, coming up, we're going to talk with Family Service Society about an upcoming Awareness Month.
Lisa Dominici joins us when we come back.
Well, welcome back to Crossroads. A lot of things going on in the spring. It seems like things take on a different energy around here. And April is also Child Abuse Prevention Month. And we welcome back Lisa Dominici from Family Service Society to talk about how they're going to bring awareness to the issue. Welcome back, as always,
Thank you.
Lisa. And you're now, I guess it's not a new role anymore as head of Family Services, but it still feels kind of new to us.
It does.
Child Abuse Prevention Month. I'm going to guess right off the bat that this is the kind of thing lots of people in the community, any community, do not want to admit goes on.
I think you're absolutely right. I was telling Shaylee a little bit earlier that, you know, right now, for example, we've got 68 court cases in the Grant County courts that are child abuse related. And I think a lot of people would be surprised by that. It's one of those things that just sort of flies under the radar. And on an annual basis at Family Services, we provide over 5,700 hours of therapy just dealing with the childhood trauma of abuse and neglect. And so when you think about that in terms of what does that mean for someone, that's a lot of people. And that's a lot of individuals who are really suffering, trying to learn how to live life after trauma. And we work hard to help them find the other side of that.
And a lot of times it seems to be the topic not a lot of people want to talk about. So how do you get people to address it? Because once people are talking about it, you bring more awareness to it. How do you kind of break the barrier of, we can talk about this because it does happen?
I think that we have to remove shame and blame. I think one of the things that it's easy for us to do, for example, you guys are familiar with the poverty research that came out, and one of the things that was immediately captured was we have a high percentage of single or unwed mothers having children. Well, that mother is probably, not always, but probably generationally an unwed mother. And her life is more stressful than most of our lives. And there's a lot of survival that's occurring there and a desire to just make it day to day. And so having kids makes that a little bit harder. Instead of shaming them when they don't parent maybe correctly because they're just doing what they know how to do, that's what was taught to them, I think we need to wrap our arms around them. Clearly we don't want to condone abuse ever, but once abuse has happened and it's recognized, we need to get, the parents need as much help as the children.
I'm glad you said that because I was just thinking, you know, obviously we want to get the children out of harm's way.
Right.
But there is that other side to it that sometimes a parent may lash out or something like that. What's the mechanism that you and others provide? Is it counseling? Is it support? What do you mean by wrapping your arms around?
Well, I think there's a lot of different things. Some of the programming we provide is really focused on prevention. So our Healthy Families side of our agency is really about getting at those families when they're young and new and learning and adjusting to being parents and teaching them not only how to be a parent, so what is the care involved, what's the daily nurturing involved, but also how to be a partner in education with that child as they grow, understanding what is the milestone for my child that's 6 months old. To give you an example, we had a young mother who was trying to potty train an 8-month-old baby. Well, you or I might know, you can't potty train an 8-month-old baby. They're not physically capable of potty training. But if you're living in poverty, you want to get that baby out of diapers as soon as possible because that's an expense that you can't handle. So what we'll do is provide diapers to those families, teach them about the appropriate age of potty training, and that allows them to move on and help their child with other milestones that are more important at that age.
So what is Family Services then really doing this month to help those families?
This month we're really pushing our 100 Champions for Children. One of the things that often happens are children will fall in the gaps. So they've been through an abusive situation and they don't get the services that they need because maybe they're not Medicaid eligible and their insurance doesn't cover mental health services. So it costs approximately $100 an hour to take care of a child's therapy needs. And we're asking for 100 people in the community to stand up, champion a child, and provide that 1 hour of therapy for that child and their family.
So by stepping up, what do you mean?
By
Money?
stepping up, I mean that you're willing to give $100 of your treasure to be able to help another family learn a new way to be a family.
Very great. Well, if you want to be involved and take that extra step, you can actually donate money by going to famservices.com. There will be an option on there that says donate. So again, famservices.com for 100 champions for children. And like Lisa said, it's important to give up our treasures to help them. So
Very much so. Thank you.
And
Well,
thanks
thank
for,
you for
it's tough to talk about, but it's real world, it's where we live. It may be your neighbor and you don't know how to go, and I think Family Services is one of several places you can turn.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. When we come back, head out to the YMCA to learn some exercises with the new equipment.
Well, welcome back to Crossroads. We're on location at the Grant County YMCA, and I'm here with the fitness coordinator of the YMCA, Marcy Marillion. Big year for the Y. You guys got some new equipment.
We did. It's been awesome. We have 8 brand new synchros, or the techno gym version of ellipticals, and we have 12 new treadmills. We have 4 new bikes. We've got a whole strength line. It's just been incredible. The response and the just the smoothness of the machines is great.
So a lot of excitement. I know that you've said people have been very excited to get in here and try the new stuff, and I want to try it today.
Awesome.
So this is the Synchro, correct?
Yes.
We were talking, hold on to these when we get on.
Yep.
'Cause they're
Go
gonna
ahead and
move.
stand up. Yep. See?
Okay.
So we're going to take the key and we're going to put it in here, and this is
And
actually my key.
explain how the key kind of works.
What the key is it saves all of your information on here. So it's going to save your, every time you come in and work out, it's going to save how many minutes you did on the synchro. It's going to save how much you did on the treadmill. It's going to save, you know, I do the treadmill for 20 minutes at 3.8 speed and a 5-point grade, and it'll save all that for you. So everything you do gets tracked. You can also get an app on your phone, and you can get online and you can make changes to your own workout. You can add exercises, you can take them away, you can do challenges. So it's really great, especially for people that just, they don't want to have to think too much. They just want to come in and they want to do it, and they want it to all be right here. And when we get to the strength stuff, it tells you like your seat positions on everything and what your weight is and how many reps you want to do. So you don't have to carry around the old clipboard style and keep track of everything. This does everything for you. And then it gives you this great report at the end, like this is how many calories you burned, and this is how many moves you did, and this is what percentage of your workout you've completed today, and this is on track for your goal for the week. So it's just super handy. So right here, we're just going to start the workout.
Start the workout, and the key is tracking progress.
It is. It tracks
Very
your
nice.
progress. So here, it's going to pop
And the
up.
great thing about this is it has pictures for those who can't figure this out. You can look at that, and then you just
hit the start button. Now the
All
other cool
right.
thing is this great screen. You can scroll
so you
across.
can watch like videos and everything else. So it makes working out fun. which
Exactly.
We all need a little incentive
We
to
do.
get on the Synchro.
And if you have your own earbuds, they plug right into here. And you can listen to a number of different radio stations. You can listen to podcasts. You can listen to anything you want. Watch a TV, surf the web, get on your favorite websites, get on Facebook, get on YouTube.
So very fun. Well, let's go work on some lower body strength because we have more equipment.
we do.
Perfect.
Let's head over to some low body.
So we've moved on over to the leg curl now. And Marcy, you're going to have to tell me, what are we doing here?
We are going to focus on the hamstring or the back of the thigh. This particular piece is the hamstring curl or the leg curl. We have several adjustment options here based on your individual torso length and leg length and joint positioning. The great thing about these machines is that they really set it up ergonomically correct and so that it fits your body type. So we always want to work in line with the joint action, so the knee lines up here with this. And then we adjust this just based on her leg length. This should be at the base of the calf. This should protect the knee, and we have her seat set up, and we have her weight selected. So the next thing we do is you put the key in, and it will say, it will load what it is, and it'll tell you what your seat selection is, what this position should be, what your lever position should be, and what your weight stack should be.
So
And
again,
then
positives of the key.
yes, then you can set it up. You don't have to remember it. It's all right here, and then it will track your repetitions for you and also show you range of motion and speed. So she's going to try a couple exercises, and she's going to watch this right here to know how fast to go. So she's just going to press straight down and work the hamstring. So go ahead
All right,
and show
so
me
just
a
start
couple
moving
sides.
anytime?
Yep. Straight down, all the way down, a little bit faster. Now slow on the way up. There you go, perfect. Now increase your range of motion, do it again.
Okay.
Press a little closer, heels closer to your glutes. There you go, and then up, nice and slow.
You can feel the burn.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And after the second rep then, it'll show, you follow the little orange guy and it'll show you how fast to go and how many reps you've done.
Oh, okay, I see.
Doing awesome.
So that's the positive of the new equipment. You have this screen that kind of tells you what to do. It makes it nice. And you know, for those who maybe haven't been in the gym in a while, coming here and having all of this nice access and everything's so easy to learn how to do really makes it easy, more comfortable for someone like that. So
It
again,
does.
thank you, Marcy.
You're so welcome.
We really appreciate showing us. And now it's your turn to hit the gym. When we come back, see how some IWU students took the paintbrushes off the canvas and onto a wall. Well, welcome back to Crossroads. So spring is, coming. Well, it's here, but now we're starting to see spring weather and flowers,
Well, every time
greener
there's
grass.
every time there's rain and wind, I always think someone watching this saying, "Not where I am right now," but Indiana at this time of year, it could be one or the other.
But we're getting closer. But another thing we're getting closer to is into the school year. I mean, at least for college.
Yeah, well, you're going to be done a lot sooner than local school kids. My son in high school, I'm thinking about wrapping up the semester. I say, "Are you ready for this to be done?" And he says, 6 more weeks. So they have a little bit longer.
Well, if we didn't have to worry about teachers and, professors giving us so many assignments at the end of the semester.
Well, that's just our job,
But that's what makes it fun. We crank and then we finish and we feel good about it. Well, one IWU art class has been working on a semester-long project that is getting their paintbrushes off the canvas and into the community. And the team is mixing their paint and collaboration skills to take the design off the paper and onto a blank wall. Artists have a knack for creating art just about anywhere. And some local artists followed through with that knack by livening up a popular Sweetser lunch stop. Sweetser Cafe manager Greg Morgan knows the outer appearance is just as important as the food inside.
Till now, traffic coming from the south into Sweetser didn't even know we existed. There's a lot of people that come through town and don't notice the cafe because the only markings on it were on the front.
These Indiana Wesleyan students worked all semester designing a mural that would attract hungry visitors into the cafe, but only one was chosen. Benjamin Wicker was in the group with the winning design and has enjoyed being in the class.
It's been great. I've learned a lot of things that I didn't know I was capable of, and just through being told to do these assignments, and I wouldn't have had the motivation to do it on my own, but it's been a great learning experience and very enjoyable.
And Benjamin made sure that with each brushstroke came a little bit of Hoosier history. But moving the design from paper to wall can be a bit challenging, even for the pros.
It's interesting. It's kind of shocking to me because it looks a lot different than it did in the design. It was easier on paper to just imagine it as a whole, but now all the fine details we have to make a lot of calls on the spot.
Jordan Chesky was also a part of the winning group. She says it's been great painting their design, but also using a paintbrush to reach out to Sweetser.
It's so fulfilling because it brings the community together. It's not just I'm making this piece of art. We're uniting as a team and we're working together, and it's really fun.
And for Greg, it's making sure Sweetser can appreciate the talent of the IWU community members.
It was more of making them feel like they're at home, making them feel like they're part of what's going on around them instead of just stuck on campus studying.
It's taking classroom lessons and applying them in the field. With a little paint, these artists can make a white wall come alive and also complete the bigger picture of helping a small community.
Shaylee, because my son is a student at Oak Hill High School, I'm often driving around and through Sweetser, and I've been at the cafe once, but now I want to go there more just to see, what these art students connected to.
And let me tell you, that was a bustling little restaurant.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was there
yeah.
around lunchtime, and there wasn't a seat left.
That's
so
the place to be.
Now I'm ready to go back and actually eat some food.
And you can see the mural when you're there, and it's great.
It's beautiful.
As you said, it's great when homework also has a connection like that.
Exactly. Taking the lessons you learn in class and applying them in the field.
Kind of like what you get to do on Crossroads, right?
Exactly.
There you go. Well, we want you to know we value your input on this show. We're looking forward to getting all throughout the area in the next few months, taking our cameras to location. If you've got some ideas, some things that you want to contribute that we can come do in your community, why don't you email us, crossroads@nwest.edu, crossroads@indwes.edu. Or if you'd rather, you can mail us a letter or a postcard, WIWU-TV, 4201 South Washington Street, Marion, Indiana, 46953.
Or you can watch past episodes and check out all of our local programming by visiting our website. It's wywutv.com/crossroads. Again, that's wywutv.com/crossroads. And while you're on the internet, don't forget you can always check out our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can kind of get a behind the scenes look at what we do around here. And again, that's facebook.com/wywutv, or follow us on Twitter at wywutv.
And we always enjoy seeing those new likes on Facebook, people discovering our programs and various things going on. And we're not saying goodbye yet, but you got a lot going on as we transition in the summer. And I hope we continue to see you here for the show every week.
Hopefully I'll be around some of the fun festivals where there's good food.
Yeah.
That's where I'll be.
The secret's out. She's going to be an intern at Wish TV Channel 8 in Indianapolis, a news intern. So very proud of you, and that's going to be a great opportunity. And you won't see her on the air necessarily, but she'll be the wind beneath their wings and learning great things. But I think she's still going to be on the show. So
I will still stick around. Crossroads is always number one, right? Always number one.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, for everyone who's worked on this show, I'm Randall King.
And I'm Shaylee Clark. The Crossroads of life bring people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
So long, everyone. Thanks for watching.